your time. And even the third is a little more tricky on this map, but
It's
well,
not that bad.
it's not that bad, especially for Zerg who can take the top one, if I may, between the two possible thirds.
Depending if he's
depending
going Zerling
to
or
prevent
Roach Hydra, yeah.
the drops. Anyways, so let's present the players. So in the top left corner of the map, we have the blue Terran, Madsci,
Woohoo!
and not sci-fi.
No.
And in the bottom right, we have as the red Zerg, Darkerdayzud.
Yay!
Dun, dun, dun.
So, no 6 pool?
No 6 pool so far. Well, not so far because since already worker's been made, it's not going to be a 6 pool,
Exactly.
even if it was cheesy rush, which I'm not expect to see actually. Darkerday's not been known for cheesing. He's practiced a lot, been known to have very strong roach push. That said, that's how he lost last time against Madsci. So we'll see what we find.
Yeah, both players are usually playing like 2 base strategies, so 2 or 3 base for the Zerg. So I don't think it's gonna be like a weird situation with I don't know mass reapers. It's gonna be a pretty standard stuff.
We can assume from those players effectively standard stuff, which is why they actually manage it probably to diamond. When you have a strong, solid standard build, you can make it.
When your macro is good enough at the beginning of the map and your micro is good enough for the engagement,
that's where it goes. So we have Darkerdayzud going Hatch first. So assuming his opponent's not gonna just cheese all in from the start because he didn't see anything so far. Sorry. So he's going Hatch first, saying, I'm safe for now. I don't have to do my pool from the beginning, which is actually a good call because, well, as we can see, we have Madsci just walling off, doing the standard things.
and not going Reaper. So
And not
it's gonna
going
be
Reapers. So effectively, there's no need for an early Queen. There's no need for that quick a defense. So Darkerdayzud playing it straight, making sure his macro will be up to par. Same as versus anything except other Zerg. When you're Zerg, you want to have an Hatch lead. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to support what's coming.
And Darkerdayzud see that there's no like expansion yet.
Not first, but it could still be in the main. That said, I like this overload placement. I mean, he scouted that there's no building yet, but he's going to be able to survive, move his overload away from this Marines who actually tries to deny any further scouting.
Yep. Exactly. And so far, yeah, basically both players are playing safe. No aggression coming up from Darkerdayzud. Madsci is just establishing his macro.
Patrolling his little patrolling his little Marines, making sure this overload never enters the expansion. He's saying, what? You want to know when I expand? You won't.
Yep.
Unless you sacrifice that overlord.
Exactly, and which we might see like on a later timing, because it's always nice to know what actually the Terran is doing.
We have actually Madsci going for 3 racks, so he's going to be at 5 racks with no expansion. So very, very aggressive.
And he's denying the Overlord. So if the Overlord comes, he wants to kill him so that he's not seeing that there's a second base.
That says those 4 Zergling are going there
yeah.
exactly for that. They're moving, trying to go C, and actually going to kill 1 or 2 Marines easily because those Marines are not protected. So 1 goes down, the second goes down with no Zergling dying. Yeah. I think actually, and now he sees that there's no expansion, so Darkerdayzud knows he's going to try to move a Zergling with all his health up, try to see something and save it. Zergling actually lives, so nice move.
Yeah.
And I believe Darkerdayzud now knows something up and is going to have to make some defense. He saw only Marines, no Reaper came, and no command center. I mean, there always could be a command center building behind the lines, but he has to be scared, and here comes the Baneling Nest.
That's the kind of situation I like. Yeah, he's not taking a second base, and at that time he should have landed, or at least
the Overload seeing
it.
a group of 5 Marines, so Darkerdayzud knows. He knows what's up.
Yeah, but maybe just 1 more barrack, or like not necessarily saying like there's like 4 barracks or 5 barracks behind.
There's actually 6 barracks right
6?
now. Well, 5 already constructed and 1 almost done. So
This is-
and all the SCVs are moving out.
Oh
so
my
it's gonna be
God.
like a
What the
cheesing
hell?
all in. So we were saying there was not gonna be a cheese, but what is that?
But
We have
the thing is, he doesn't
six
have enough.
and a bunch of SCVs. That said, if he arrives before the first Banelings, that's a whole lot of SCVs that can protect the Marines, and Marines are range. But there's so many Zerglings now, and there's 2 Banelings. If those Banelings make a connection, it's over for Madsci. And all the Zergling are moving out, seeing Marines out of position, and then moving out, seeing the SCVs, and now he knows. He knows he has to make the hit with the Banelings. And let's see how it goes. The Banelings are moving out, moving 1 hit, 2nd hit, but not killing that much. The Zerglings can't get the Marines.
There's a lot of Marines there.
There is a lot of Marines. Actually, that might be enough to deal the damage. There's how many Marines is that? But here are more Zerglings trying to kill, and if the Marines go down, it's the end.
He needs to block. Oh.
No, he's doing the train, trying to regroup in the main, trying to have as much stuff, because if he survives this attack, he won. And now some more Zergling trying to move, trying to get...
He needs to snipe it. Oh, nice snipe on the Banelings there.
There's a spine, so Darkerdayzud is trying to win some time. Finishing spines to survive with it, but the Marines are moving, seeing the spines, and now they're gonna have to go. But all the workers are trying to win time. I mean, he doesn't mind losing them because he killed all the workers, but all the workers are down, and the buildings are still not finished.
Wow.
Here's the GG.
Wow. The thing is, he still had like 8 workers for Madsci and only 6 for Darkerdayzud. Wow.
Yes, but Darkerdayzud had 2 bays, so he could have made it back if those spine had finished a little earlier.
Well,
a little earlier.
I'm just wondering, like, right from the beginning, I was like, something is wrong out there. Why 6 Barak? You cannot produce from them anymore afterward. Like, you don't have any like SCVs at home that can produce for 6 Barak.
It was to have this amount of Marines really quick. So I'm assuming Madsci did practice this specific attack push.
Well, that, like, I didn't understood. Like, I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, he's pulling the workers and everything.
Well, when you want to attack with this many Marines early on a 2-base Zerg, you need the SCVs, because otherwise the Baneling and the Zerglings would have been way enough to kill all the Marines, and then you're just behind.
And there was like some minor but nice splits, like only like 5 or 6 workers were hit by 1 Banelings, and normally like you can hit like almost all of them if there's at the front, and that just like soak all of the damage for the Marine to just clean it up. So that was nice placement, nice micromanaging, if there was some.
I think Darkerdayzud could have made it. What I know, it's hard in the heat of the moment, of course, but like when you see this army moving in the main, you bid the spine right away. You're gonna lose your expansion, but the time the Marines actually with the harass and stuff, they'll be done in time. And with spines in this battle, the Marines would not have done anything.
And also, I don't know if that case you want to just move all your army back in the main and just have the queen try to block as much as they can and try to create like 2 or 3 more Banelings, because those are kind of keys in those fights. If you can clean up like all the SCVs, then you're directly on the Marine with enough army. So I don't know if like going into 3 or 4 waves of Zergling was just a bad idea maybe at that timing. Well, I don't know what I would have done. Like, okay, I have like 10 Marines at my gate and 12 SCVs in front of me. I have to react.
He does not have a Roach Warren. He does not have a Baneling list. Actually, I believe the Roach Warren...
He does have a Baneling list.
Yeah, he has a Baneling list, but he does not have Banelings ready. Yep. So what do you do with your larvae? You want to spend it. You want as big an army as you can. You won't make drones, and since you don't have a Roach Warren, you go for the Zerglings. You may try behind to actually make Banelings. That could also be key, as you claim. I'm not sure about the Baneling list, especially since he built only 2. Like,
maybe not enough gas. Maybe I didn't saw the the
we were so busy in the fight we didn't check the gas.
I was looking at that. Like,
assuming he had a little gas, I believe he would have made better with roaches.
Yeah.
But assuming he didn't have, then definitely more spines instead of more Zerglings. And well, it was close. I believe it was not over until almost the very end.
Yeah.
Like,
and he could have pulled like he could have pulled the drone earlier. Seeing all the drones of the enemy there, Like, you know that he doesn't have anything at home.
That's correct.
Just
He
pull
could pull everything back
Yeah.
in the main, defend the main, lose the expansion. You don't care that much
And
because
then
if you
pull some
defeat
SCs,
this, if you
Yeah,
defeat
yeah,
this, you build Banelings, you bust the front, and you kill him.
Yep.
So
And we're in the second game in Moonlight Madness.
Moonlight Madness. So in the top right corner this time, as the red Terran, Madsci. Woo! And in the bottom left, as the blue Zerg, we have Darker Days.
Luzud.
Woohoo! So they both said good luck, have fun. They're both ready. No hard feelings from Darker Days.
Oh.
We have Madsci bragging about what he did last game, asking his opponent if he liked the SCV on the low ground. Darker Days a little insulted by it, I believe. Saying like, please, come on.
But I'm not sure, like, at what timing, like, was it at the push? Well, doesn't really matter. Maybe we missed something, I'm not sure. Oh, no.
And now we have, well,
Wow. Is
not
he going
sure
for...
what this SCV is moving. It's
I think it's a 12.
it's going to be scout. I don't know if it's going to be scouted by the Overload. It is. But that depends what it does. It might just be a scout. The SCV says, "Oh no, I wasn't seen," and then it was seen. And now the Overlord saw the barrack building, and Madsci doesn't know if he was caught. I mean, the Overload.
No, he
away.
knows. He knows.
No, but why is he still doing it?
I don't know, but he saw the Overlord.
Yeah,
There's
he saw, but he moved away, trying to assume like, oh, maybe he didn't see me.
So maybe the Overlord, if
the Overlord continued its way, its path,
Wow.
he would not have seen it. We have Darker Days, who knows there's at least one barrack near his base, so going straight for the pool, which is the right call. You know this, and because of that build, as we just noticed, Madsci has no wall. So once those two barracks are forced to lift or die, that's going to be very, very hard for Madsci.
I thought the counter for that was 15 hatch. I wasn't sure. Oh, like just build a hatch, like being ballsy. No, I'm gonna defend that with just 2 hatch and a late pool. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. And then we have Madsci going for the bunker straight away, wanting to make sure he doesn't just lose everything.
He didn't scout the second base, so he doesn't even know. Like, he should have just scouted and saw that.
Here are the probe trying to deny the bunker, which is a good call, because if that bunker finishes, even though he can just move around it, it's still gonna be very annoying.
Oh, he's bringing more CV, so he's like, now we see that that
here are the
Darkerdayzud
Zergling moving out, but they're going to be late for the bunker, however. But there's only 2 Marines. Will the Marines make it inside? Yes, he did, and now the SCVs, but you cannot attack a bunker with those Zerglings, so he has to retreat. Actually, this push from Madsci might deal a little more damage than
it should. Because Darkerdayzud saw everything. He should just have... You build some spine, you build some Zerglings, and just turtle up.
Well,
he's not going to create
the spine moving. The thing is with turtling up, it's allowing Terran to actually build behind it and keep the pressure on. And you are only on one base. But now the Marines have overextended. One will fall. Maybe a second. No, because the bunker's under construction there. But
no, he got a second one. That's good.
Yes. He did get, actually, 3 Marines died, so 2 Marines and an SCV, I believe. But now there's 2 bunkers building straight down the ramp.
He could take the back base.
That's correct.
Base.
Actually, Darker Days could still expand, but with this kind of push, he wants to make sure he's up front. I don't know how good he feels with this map. Now, Madsci's finished his wall in, so there's no counter which can just move in. That said, there's not much. The spine is a great addition, and it might kill a Marine. No, it doesn't. But still, with 3 spines and now a Baneling Nest building. Yes, it is. So
and speed is on his way.
With speed, those bunker will fall, and then Madsci needs to expand. And he needs to make sure he keeps the economy up.
And Darker Days needs to know that that the push will be ending soon.
Yeah, but Darker Days needs to expand right now. Keep building his defensive, making sure he's fine. But he has the income. Well, he doesn't have the money just yet, but he could wait just to make sure he can like have the support the larvae, support the probe prediction. I mean, he doesn't want to get too behind on this.
And Madsci needs to be careful, because if Darker Days stays on the defensive, he can start building way more Zergling that Madsci could actually defend.
That's correct. Now we have two spines actually starting to kill the bunkers, which is gonna force Madsci to salvage and move to the other further away bunker. But I'm not sure all of them. I mean, one is clearly is, but I'm not sure the other one is out of range of that spine crawler.
Yeah, I think both are, but at that point, like Darkerdayzud should know
No, it's not. So another bunker. I was pretty sure he was on the edge. So now both bunkers are going to have to be salvaged. So only one is, well, is going to be salvaged. We have Madsci deciding to go in full retreat. But there are Banelings now. And Banelings could just slaughter all this amount of Marines because they've cornered themselves. They've cornered themselves.
And the Barrack are like, nope, we're not covering you.
Barracks are not covering. The Marines are trying to move, but now the Banelings, there's no way those Marines can... Well, inside the ramp. The ramp actually might save with the split. Actually a good move. All the Banelings.
No, that was
this
a bad move
was a great defense, but even so, the Zergling moving out, surrounding what's left of the Marines, and now there's no more Marines.
And then he can just
attack. There is no more barracks. Well, I mean, there is 7 under construction.
What the hell?
And however, we have 22 workers against almost 15
None for us,
15 for
Darkerdayzud.
But the Zergling are moving in. The bunker. Only one made it in.
What happened there?
The supply depot was down.
Okay, cool.
But that said, there's a wall of barracks building, and once this wall is finished, I mean.
And you see the Banelings being morphed.
Yeah,
so.
Banelings are being morphed, but Banelings are not good against barracks. So, but all the... That said,
you doesn't need the Banelings, you just need to...
Yeah, but all the supply depots are falling. I mean...
and there's a space to go in.
He's gonna get supply blocked. The Banelings suiciding to kill actually the...
And he's in.
And now the Zerglings are in. They're going to kill all the workers. And without workers, there's no income for the Marines production. And all the Zerglings are killing. I believe Darkerdayzud made it.
Yeah,
this cheese did not pan out.
Well, he's building some Marines, and maybe the maze will help him, but still, it's like
the Marines
2 Marines
are falling. The
like
SCV is trying to make a few kills, but they're all dying. I don't know how many SCVs are at the expansion, but that won't be much. And there we go. We have the GG. So Darkerdayzud, who just took his expansion, managed on one base.
Yeah.
To survive this push.
Basically, that big push from Madsci was just a reverse ball. Like you all in me, I'll all in. I'll be cheesing you back, basically. So yeah.
Well, Madsci went cheesy both games. One panned out. The second one actually almost did. I was surprised at Darkerdayzud's choice of defense, but well, he won. So obviously, well, he's better than me. So whatever I want to say, like it was the right call. It panned out, but I believe Madsci actually overreached a little. Like he built so many bunkers, he built so many Marines, and like he couldn't move up that ramp. I mean, all he could do was force Darkerdayzud back in his base, and Darkerdayzud could still have expanded because, as you said, the expansion was behind the rocks on the other side. So he could have. I'm assuming had Darkerdayzud expanded, however, Madsci would have moved on to tanks, and then when you have tanks by this army trying to push up your ramp, it's going to be very hard for Darkerdayzud to defend. So you cannot allow that as Darkerdayzud, which is most probably why he just went with the spine and says, I push back very aggressively, make Banling, make Zergling, and I'm going to kill all those Marines. And when they're all dead, it's over.
Yeah, and also Darkerdayzud did a good job to assess the situation. First, he did manage to scout everything, and then he was just like, okay, I'm gonna turtle here, and then sometimes sometimes you see pro gamers waiting there, and then you just have the Terran back at his base, building a CVs, building a second base, and then oh, it's not an all-in anymore. Oh, he's just doing something. But Darkerdayzud was like, okay, there's still Marine, okay, there's still bunker, so there's enough mineral there for him not being able to build. Oh, now he stopped building stuff here, so he's probably building at his base, so I'm gonna go out right now. So he was turtling, but not overdoing it, basically, so that was perfect. And
it shows the correct timing to actually move out exactly as Madsci was starting his expansion. So very good call.
Yep.
We're moving into the next game. So the last game of this best of 3 would be on Dash and Terminal LE. So the map with the close air proximity, but the very, very far ground.
I think it's Metropolis that was the same, or...
And we have Madsci actually lifting the command center.
Gold. He's going to take the gold.
He's going to take either the gold or the island. But yeah, I think he's going for the gold.
But the Overlord is going to scout that right away.
That's correct. But that said, how many minerals do you lose by going for the gold? And how many do you gain by having the gold this fast?
Oh, he did since he has one more SCV, he did manage to drop it down like he did the elevator. That's ballsy.
So here, straight in the gold. So Madsci already having a very fast income to make up for the little SCV
the players.
thing. Yeah, sorry.
On the gold base.
On the gold base, we have the Red Terran Madsci. This beginning was so early in the game, we forgot the presentation. And in the top left, still unaware of the gold, but not for long, the Blue Zerg, Darker Days.
I think the gold base are
your
covered,
Darker
right?
Days. You're going to see the base in a few seconons. What do you think? You see it now.
I'm not even
And
sure if I'm
Madsci,
able to
as
go
soon
there.
as he gets detected saying, hey, I took this from a streamer.
But the thing is, does Darker Days has access to there? Like, does he has to break rocks or stuff like that? To go?
No, he has access. But he has an access with a very, very long go around.
From from the mid, okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's not that long.
We have Darker Days going straight pool, going to most probably go for Baneling, wanting to kill. That's a nice move, actually. Those barracks are actually protecting the workers. There's a little hole at the moment, but that can be blocked with the supply depots soon afterwards.
I don't understand. Like, he did prepare himself for this tournament.
He did. And actually went 3 different builds every time. All of them a little cheesy, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this one, if it's aggressive or cheesy or whatever, but it's definitely going to surprise Darker Days. And now we have 3 barracks, so it's going to be very aggressive again. And with this many minerals going in, you can actually support a lot of Marines.
Yeah, exactly. So the true barracks is not an over investment.
Not in this case. We have speed going up, but already 2 Marines behind the lines, so it's actually fully walled.
Yeah. And he's going to be able to defend that without any worries. Like, I'm not sure if Darker Days should go to a second base quickly.
6 Marines, 6 Zerglings, sorry.
It would be nice.
I'm not sure Darker Days going only on 1 base, and that means he is behind on minerals. And again, as Zerg, you want to have the advantage of income. If you don't have the advantage of income, it's going to be very, very hard unless he does damage. But the Marines are behind the lines. But they're moving out. They're going to be caught off guard. But the Zerglings moving back, this allowing some time for Madsci to actually continue building Marines, moving back, lifting his supply depots, building a second one. He wants to, better safe than sorry.
Yep. In case of there's a Baneling nest behind it.
Yeah, but what do you do? What do you do as Darker Days? You cannot push in. Well, Darker Days, exactly. Darker Days sees he cannot push in, says, okay, I need my expansion, going back to expand, which I believe is the right call. But even then, I believe it's a little late because what's more income? 1 fully functional gold base or 2 normal ones?
Well, the thing is, right now, in this situation, Madsci is in a tricky situation. Yes, he has a better economy right now, but if the Zerg starts to create a lot of bases, having a lot of expand, he's going to be in a better situation than Madsci.
It all comes to how those Marines will die or live. Like, if the Marines, because there's a Baneling nest almost done, but it's not ready. The push is straight before the Baneling. And
he scouted that. He saw everything.
I believe Darker Days will have to retreat, but no, he's moving, trying to kill all the workers, and I don't know how many he got, but not that many. I mean, all Marines are almost dead, but not quiet. And there's a bunker going up.
Well, that's the kind of situation that he needs to go back in the base, turtle up, and try to get a better army.
Now the Banelings are moving. And again, we have the train of units. But this time there's still a lot of SCV in the goal behind.
It's true.
But
Oh, he
will
did
that
manage to get a lot of Marine there. But
Will the bunker
will-
fall? If the bunker,
the
the bunker lives, the SCVs are there just in time to defend it. And here's the rest of the army. And now there's a ton of Marines, and all the Beelings are dead. I mean,
Well, he does. Oh, wow. Okay, the advantage on worker is still to Madsci.
yeah, but a few of them are with the attack. You have to consider that.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly how many, but it's around 8.
Yeah.
So, but here in the ramp is a very bad engagement for Zerg. Now, if he can manage to get the Marines instead of the
Baneling needs to hit
SCVs,
the Marines. That's a nice hit.
it's a lot actually. If all those Marines die, the next push of Marines will deal Zerglings, sorry, will deal damage. But there's so many Marines. I believe the expansion will fall way before the Zerglings. The Zerglings are ready.
But that's all right now because he managed to do a lot of damage on a lot of those Marines. Like you can see, 4 or 5 of them are in the red, and there's not a lot of SCV.
A lot of the Marines are almost dead, but there is 2 bunker who can prevent an expansion from Zerg. And well, Madsci could just expand now.
Yeah, but I think he's not out of it yet. Like Darker Days, as is a situation where the Terran needs to go up that ramp, and that's tricky for him. Even though if he contains him, he needs to go up that ramp.
Madsci's throwing 2 barracks behind it. I don't know how I like this decision.
No, not the next goal.
Especially considering all the Zerglings are now moving out, seeing the bunkers are being salvaged. One was already gone. The second salvaged just in time. The Banelings, however, are moving out. I mean, Madsci cannot expand anymore.
Yeah, but he has a good wall around his base.
Yes, his base is secured,
Yeah.
but he cannot expand. I mean, and
True.
How
Well, he
long-
could expand in his main.
Yeah, but the Zerglings could go there and kill it. I mean,
Yeah, you need to
he
wall.
can
Yeah,
expand,
true.
but it's an expansion that's risky. We have a mule there who was just chilling out, but now it's dead. The thing is, yeah, you have the gold, but
Can we have the production?
How long does the gold last?
Well, not that long.
And now we have
Yeah,
we have
only 300 minerals on it.
the buildings to actually either research STEM or maybe a few marauders. But then we have Zerglings who saw an SCV moving out to go to the watchtower. The Zergling wants to make sure there's no expansion, but have we seen at the bottom left, there is an expansion at the other gold base.
That guy is like, okay, my Marines and my troops will only be made of gold.
And
nothing more, nothing less.
Darkerdayzud needs to scout that. He needs to
Yes.
scout that right now.
But how can you know? It's like,
I mean,
oh, he has the
your
gold.
your base has a gold, but you can expand anywhere on the map. You need to have at least one Zergling just moving around the map to avoid exactly such a scenario. I mean, it's hard. You have the Marines who's going to have Stim very soon. And now, again, almost all the SCVs moving out, but not all of them. But this time we have a Roach War in the way, but it's not ready. It's
And with that amount of Marines, I don't think Marauder
those
will
Zerglings
do-
trying to go regroup with the rest, saying, "Oh my God, there's so many Marines." Are there Banelings?
Yeah.
There is, but they don't have speed, and there's not that many. And now the Marines are about to have STEM, and this is a nice split. It's going to be hard for the Zerglings to actually deal damage, and it's attacking the expansion. And if this expansion falls, considering Madsci has an expansion behind this, at the gold mineral, it's going to be terrible. The
split
Baneling
is
moving.
perfect, though.
Split is perfect, but
Oh, wow.
so many
There's
hits.
a lot of good
but
hits out there.
Even there, it's not enough. There's so many Marines left, and no more Zerglings.
He needs
the
to do roach right away.
The Queens moving are going to die. It's barely surviving, but still the Marines moving in the main. There's no defense there. It's just going to kill the main. And well,
that's
we have the GG.
Well, no, we have just the quit of the game. No GG
Yeah,
there.
no GG, actually. Just, well...
Yeah, he could have done Roche maybe after that, but the
No,
Baneling
he had
hits
no
were
time.
were pretty good on that fight. He just had too many units out there. That's
That's
hard.
Wow. That's hard. That's hard.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure Darker Days practiced a lot and never saw this build. This has to be new. I've never seen that.
Okay, let's get in the mindset of Madsci. He's like, I usually do stuff on 2 bases. I'm usually like, yeah, 2 bases strategies, which is good. You have Darker Days is like, I'm usually 2 or 3 bases, and he's usually doing that. Well, I'm going to play standard. Madsci is like, no, I'm going to surprise him totally. I'm just going to do something on 1 basis, super cheesy, super aggressive. Let's see how he react from that. And it kind of worked in the end. Well, it did work. He's passing this.
Yeah, actually, that means Madsci is making it to the finals.
We have our first finalist, Madsci. So yeah, well that's super tricky because
that's-
like for the next guy in the next semifinal that will pass the second finalist, he's gonna say, okay,
What do I expect?
yeah,
What's gonna
what
come?
will happen in the final, and that's pretty interesting.
Well, I can't wait to see. I mean, this was quick, but it's all for today. I guess we're going to have the next semifinals Friday. It's going to be between Jean-François Deschamps and Vincent Coutinho-Soufflet.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know
technically
their
a
tag name.
PvP, but we've heard that Vincent's going to play Zerg this time
Yes.
because he hates PvP, or so he says. So interesting. It's going to be fun to see. I don't know how Vincent does on the Zerg side because he's kind of off racing in the tournament.
Yeah, but
at
I
the
guess he's
semifinals,
comfortable
but
with that.
He's comfortable,
Yep.
probably more than in PvP, which is why he's switching. So very promising game next Friday. So we hope to see you there. I'm David.
I'm Francis.
And have a good afternoon.
Have a good afternoon.